We are doing something different here. These are two different stories, one by Social Catfish and the other one by Dr. Phil, but they share the same problem. They both got scammed by a catfish, nothing weird there, but the scammers use on both victims some kind of AI to prove their existence to them. It was still obvious from an outsider's perspective, but remember, scammers look for people who will overlook the red flags. Now add deepfakes into the mix. It's getting dangerous here. Exposing these people is getting more complicated. Israel is a man who turned his life around. He was in prison for 6 years, but he managed to move past it. He found a job, friends, and found a solid base in religion. Now that his life is leveling out, he wants to find a companion who shares the same values and religious views.
Like, I would get these random texts on my phone number. Hey, how's it going? And I'm like, who's this? You seem like a nice guy. And she's like, why don't we go on Telegram? I'm like, sure.
I think we all have received those weird messages, right? I got a bunch on my phone of people asking me how I am doing. They had a past birthday gift for me that they want to deliver. They're fishing for your personal information, or they are looking for anybody who accepts their awesome business opportunity. So this Emily person tried to speak to him on the phone, but her English was so bad that Israel could barely understand her. But this woman who cannot communicate using English, turns out she works in the US.
She told me she went to Columbia University. She said she got a master's degree. She told me she's a district manager for Aritzia. She lives in an apartment building in Manhattan.
So she went to college, works, and lives in New York City, but still, she sucks at English so much they need to communicate through text.
Sure, Jam.
But the key piece of evidence here is that she is big into finances. She's an investor. At this point, Israel had no reason to distrust her. I don't know why. She gave him a lot of information he could have Google and get over with, but he was mesmerized by her videos and pictures. He opened up to her. Israel told Emily his lowest points, and apparently she didn't judge him and was proud of his accomplishments. They are both from different religions, but she was very interested in his religious views.
I asked her some questions only a person that has read the Bible would know, and she answered them pretty accurately, which blew my mind.
It's as if her brain was sponsored by Google. Again, how could he possibly not see the deception here? Okay, this is a vulnerable guy who's ashamed of his past, and even though he grew up and he's not the same, Israel feels the need to keep proving himself to others. That takes a toll on his self-esteem, so the moment someone embraces him, he feels loved. The problem is the embracer is a computer woman powered by a Nigerian dude. Another common red flag is that Emily doesn't refer to Israel by his name, but calls him Honey, which only means the scammer has so many victims that they cannot learn everybody's name, so they pick a pet name to give to all of them. Let's jump into the real scam.
She helped Israel open up his first Bitcoin wallet by sending screenshots on how to download and set it up. In no time, Israel was ready to begin his first investment.
She fluffed the wallet up to like $30,000, knowing Israel could use that money to pay a lot of his debt. But she kept saying, no, don't liquefy it, just keep investing. But Israel tried to withdraw some of that money and a message popped up. Deposit $5,000 to know it is you, and then you can have the $30,000. Makes no sense, right? Well, Israel spent all his income tax on this. The team investigated this girl who turned out to be computer made, and I believe this will be the second case of a pig butchering scam. It sounds awful, but it has nothing to do with gore unless it's your wallet the one bleeding. The first one we saw was the librarian who now is in prison, I assume, and Israel. This scam is geared more towards the investment kind. They persuade the victim to put all their money in crypto using a sketchy website or making the victim send the money to them so they can make the transactions. Once the victim has no more money, the scammer disappears. The Social Catfish team was telling Israel all of this evidence, but he was hoping she was still real.
I already feel like I said, I'm like 99% feel like I got bamboozled, but I'm holding on to that 1% that maybe there's a light at the end of the tunnel.
And again, this is probably because he has seen her videos and pictures, all made by AI. He lost $5,000 in the scam, but she lost a lot more. Plus, she involved another person who fell for the scam as well. When Lucy's husband died, she went into a deep depression. She was overly pampered by her spouse because after he passed away, she didn't know nothing about anything. I assume the husband died very suddenly because Lucy was left in the dark.
At first, I was very skeptical of Lucy's relationship. It was picture-perfect scam. But I have never seen Lucy so convinced with anything in her life.
Lucy met Kane online. She saw this man move his lips to talk to her. This is much spookier than Israel's case because the scammer approached her using deep fakes. This is not just some AI lady throwing kisses. The human she was seeing was talking to her on video chat. The friend gave Lucy $18,000 because Kane needed the cash. But then it was more. $8,000 more. For someone who knew it was a scam from the beginning, sure is awful with her own finances. You know you can help your friends without endangering yourself, no? Kane was supposedly using that money to travel to the US, but when he didn't arrive, Lucy panicked and immediately thought he was in jail. Why? I don't know, but apparently he is because Kane sent her glam pictures of him behind bars.
It's been hard for me. I wanted to help Lucy because if she lost something that would make her happy, it'd break my heart if I knew that I could help her.
It's horrible seeing this lady suffering, but man, they did everything wrong.
When I heard his voice, I'm going, this can't be the same person that she thought he was. But she was so convinced that he was going to be shipped off to prison. And I just felt, well, if I lose it, I lose it.
Even listening to Kane's voice and his syntaxes, she continued helping her in the delusion.
I just ask you for a simple one card. I'm not asking you to help me with the rest. I just need to get the medication and get help. I need strength. I'm so sick.
But things get grimmer. The relationship is only 5 months old, but Lucy was quick to send this stranger her nudes.
I do not have to embarrass posting your nude to the world. Your grandchildren will be hurt. Get the cards, 10, baby, and I can take all of this down, baby.
The reason why they ask for this type of content from the victim is because if they feel they can milk them more, they will somehow. Extortion being one of the most profitable ways. Dr. Phil brought the real guy in the picture who said it was not the first time being involved in a mess like this one. His pictures are circulating dating sites everywhere, only he is not involved.
Because when I'm talking to him, when we're Skyping, it's him. And how did they do that?
Oh, it's a deep fake.
Which makes romance scams' future so grim. How are concerned family members and friends convince someone they are talking to nobody when they are having a conversation eye to eye with a scammer and seeing this person responding to their questions? Leave me your thoughts in the comments. If you had someone you love involved with an AI scammer, what would be your tactic? I think showing what technology can do to themselves can work, like making a deep fake of them in front of them so they can see how it is made and who can potentially be doing this. I don't know, it's kind of overwhelming. Don't forget to subscribe and leave a like, it really helps. Thank you for watching.
Bitch, I'm finna be sliding. You mean? That's what makes me want to take the next bitch car.
What now? I'm sorry, I didn't get that. Are you speaking English?